Welcome, chat. My name is Smastian, and we are once again back playing Brigador. Brigador. Anyway, without further ado, we have some achievement hunting to do. Chiefly, we need to unlock a bunch of stuff in acquisitions, in regards to certain pilots. And we're gonna do all that. But first, I'm gonna try to take down the... cause $10 million worth of property damage challenge. I think that'll be the best way for us to go. And a greetings to you, Farron. Yeah. Chat not quite catching up with my voice. Let me just, restart this chat watching service, and there it is. Perfect. Now then. We're gonna wait with doing all of the lore reading. But we're gonna take down a couple of really easy achievements. Chiefly, unlocking Kennedy Spitz is the next one. We're gonna need the Auditor soon as well. Marvin Beck. Oh my. So that's the guy who's been responsible for a lot of the intel readouts. MB, Marvin Beck. My, look at you. And there's Efigenia Tseng, another one of the lore specialists for the intel. Who else do we have to unlock? Oscar Allard, Kennedy Spitz, Cefe Chatfield. Okay. So we're just gonna find these guys, pull down the achievements so that I at least have them. Well, there's one of them. There's Kennedy Spitz, and oh my god, what a profile picture, holy shit. And Oscar Allard. Oh boy, he has no eyes. He has no eyes. That's terrifying, chat. I don't like it. Anyway, what else do we have? Complete a freelance with the Auditor, and unlock all pilots and acquisitions. I mean, okay, look, we might as well get all of these guys unlocked already. And goddamn, we don't have enough money for it. Well, who knew? Hot damn. I guess we have to do more freelance missions. This time as, I guess we have to complete an operation as the Auditor. No hostile unit spawns. Interesting. Well, I guess we have to complete a run as this guy. Ew. I guess the Varlet. Why? Why is this even an achievement to do? Jesus. I guess Audio Kinetic Pulse and Random District? It seems Captain still spawns, so that's nice. Oh my god, it's just civilians. Oh, that's terrible. Why? Why would you have me do this? Chat, this is dumb. This is the dumbest. Oscar is a cyclolucidite, yes. There's lore reasons behind that. The man does nothing but sleep. So, I mean, this is a pretty pointless achievement. I guess we have to get it done. Nothing to do about it. I guess we'll just kill civilians for fun in the meantime? I guess the whole point of this character is to just give you a reason to explore the map? Maybe? Other than that, I see no point to this character. I mean, aside from being an easy achievement to pull down, like, there's no point to this character. Maybe bug testing. Well, anyways, chat, how are you doing this fine day? This fine day where I'm apparently doing fuck all in this mission. And no, I don't think I am actually going to be able to finish tonight because, well, there's a full linear solo Nobre run and also a campaign run and also just doing all the campaign missions with one of every loadout. So, there's gonna be a lot to still do. So maybe another 2 or 3 streaming sessions of this game. I'm not sure yet. Alright, I mean, I'm not gonna be leaving this mission without destroying that final captain fellow. There we go. This is literally just destroy civilians, the video game at this point. Nothing else to it. And it's almost sad. Because we were driving the Varlet, we still got $1 million for it. God, that's dumb. Anyway, back to Precursor James. Absolute Precursor James hours. And to check off what other achievements I still need to get. So, there's kill 10,000 civilians. I have killed 6,309. Caused $10 million worth of property damage. That one's gonna be a bit of an ask. Unlock all pilots and acquisitions. I have not been able to do that, even with the massive bank I had. Still didn't have enough money. Complete every campaign with all loadouts. Complete knife chase in less than 15 seconds. That's a specific mission. Joybus Hellride without firing a shot. Complete full linear solo Nobre run in Freelance. And complete the campaign run in Freelance. So, I guess we could try for full linear solo Nobre or campaign run. because I guess campaign run. Campaign run should actually be fairly quick and easy. What kind of sick business do we want to roll out with? A part of me wants to roll out with the Vex in order to do that. It's good to see that Chet is also doing pretty well. Nice to see, nice to see. Don't worry, by the way, WNH, or Winnie, as I've decided to call you. There'll be plenty of opportunities in order to do some lore reading later on. But for now we've got to find a way in order to make some money. The Roper is a potential option. The Huss as well. Speed through the campaign? Okay. Dual Banshees because it's easy that way. EMP grenades, and full campaign run. On freelance. I literally want you to call your friends. Thank you. Now, as before, chat, I'm going to do things my way. And my way means that I am going to be doing every single objective that is available. That's the only way we play this game. Every objective or no balls. Oh wait, no, that's not the right one. We destroy that. We'll keep that alive for the time being. Yeah, so we just want this to be more or less chill, chat. Pull up with the Banshees on your Wraith, let them know you're no Casper. Well, that's just... that's one way of it. Whatever, call your friends, see if I care. Well, I'm waiting. Okay, whatever. Thank you. Red Rover, we're calling all the enemies over. Oh, that's a bomb that was following me this whole time. Although, honestly, a part of me, chat, thinks I should just speedrun this, like, literal speedrun. Complete one objective, open up the exit gate, and just leave. Although I gotta admit, that would be a bit no fun. Skirt in the Varlet? No. I'm not doing full campaign run in the Varlet unless I really want to hate myself. And currently, I'm not in the mood to hate myself, so I won't. Alright, that about completes that. I think closest exit is actually this way, so... whatever, we'll take advantage of it. We'll leave the way we came in. Meanwhile, Winnie is busy rhyming in chat. Really interested, apparently, to hear me do that, Cat in the Hat reading. Was it an uwu speak? Alright. So, what's next? Oh, it's so nice just literally shredding everything that comes your way in this vehicle. Sure, it's a bit slow, but damn is it juicy. Because after all, chat, our primary objective here is to achievement hunt. Yep, we're going anti-grav today, Carol. Mostly because I'm doing a full campaign run in freelance mode to pull down the achievement. And we shall rip and tear until it is done. Well, that was impressive. One final structure to go. And now with all objectives complete, we fuck off. See ya. And we go to the next. Okay, rather than letting the entire Brigador be called upon us, mostly because the vehicles we are dealing with in this mission are pretty chonky. Chonkier than normal. But goddamn if we're not trying to do this fast. Oh yes, I forgot that this mission was quick as hell. Ah, well, I guess I could have had the entire Brigador called on me, and it would not have made a difference. Yep, it's Burt twins again. Just not the kind of Burt twins you were expecting, I bet. Last time it was Big Burt, today it is Little Burt. Anybody else? Anybody else at all? Show yourselves at once. This is actually pretty relaxing, chat. Literally destroying everything without a care in the world. Relaxing. What are we still missing? We're missing one thing over there. Where's the comm tower at? Ah. The comm tower is over to the west, but there's this thing over here in the east. And there's no point firing at these walls, chat. They're just a bit too beefy. I'm just gonna destroy them with my face the old-fashioned way. Oh boy. All right. Now, where's the nearest exit? Or is there only the one exit? Seems there's only the one. Oh, hello. Seems I forgot about you. And you. And you? Well, anyway. Off we go. Now let's see what kind of phenomenal mischief we can get up to here. Oh, that was a bomb. Ah, there's the substation I'm missing. It ran out of ammo, so I didn't have to worry about it exploding in my face. That's how it goes, chat. That is how it goes. Too thick for guns, then use face. Yes. Now, where were we? Yes. There are the substations. Phenomenal. Now that we're mostly replenished on ammunition, let's deal with these substations and then start killing all the things. Peekaboo. We got him, chat. He wasn't expecting it. He fell for the old peekaboo. Beautiful. This thing's almost... I think this thing is better than the low mill, honestly. What are we missing? Just the one final depot destruction? Beautiful. And now I guess I can just fuck off and leave. No sense sticking around when there's nothing really else to destroy. Also, we're not exactly geared out in order to be destroying buildings wholesale. Okay, chat, I think we may have gotten a bit cocky there. We did actually end up losing a bit of health, which isn't exactly kosher for us. Not kosher at all. But that's fine. We made up for our mistake. Adam Wake says that McMansion destruction is one of the most Kino parts of this game. And yeah, you better believe it, baby. Heck, forget McMansion destruction. Just destruction in this game is the most Kino thing. Well, we're going to be going into the next mission with a somewhat depleted ammunition loadout. But I think we'll make through just fine. How are you supposed to make it through this mission without firing a shot? I guess audio kinetic pulse would work? If you have it available to you. Well, at least we get to reload before moving on. Alright. Okay, sure, but how are you gonna feel like you're really sticking it to those bloody centrists without McMansion arson? Oh my god. Yeah, one of the things about twin golden loadouts is that you only ever have one tower. To get through this mission without firing a shot, you have to stomp and go fast. AKP Scouts has a shot, if I recall correctly. Optical camo and ramming? Ramming / stomp, yeah. Okay. You know, I think I know how this mission can be done. Active camo would be one way to do it. But holy shit, Twin Banshees is literally just the please carry me daddy vehicle. That's... This enables bad habits. It's sort of like if your mom let you go to sleep without brushing your teeth after eating literally a mountain of candy. That is this vehicle in a nutshell. No, it's okay, son. We're multimillionaires. We have enough money to replace your teeth 10 billion times over. Why, thank you, mother. Boy, it sure is swell being fucking rich. Actually, I sort of doubt that very many hyper-rich people actually would let their kids be that way. And if their kids do turn out that way, I imagine they get disowned pretty fucking fast. So yeah, food for thought, really. No Casper, no Cap. And yes, Twin Banshees is most definitely, as the kids say, lit. Or should I say that a bit closer to the microphone? Lit. Just keeping Winnie on edge there. I think I was a bit too close to that explosion, but I'm not entirely sure. You know, this would go by much faster if I didn't have this OCD compulsion to complete every single objective. Is that it, then? Is that mission over? I guess we just head for the exit now. No. That was pretty Spacer of you with the teeth. I wonder if Spacers ever just remove their teeth. Look, they're absolute hedonists. You think they don't want to be gummed as a form of pleasure? You better believe they do. Then a rippling of bullets pours through their mansion. Okay, but what kind of literature are we talking about? Post-structuralist, magic realism? What a wicked way to play. Make me feel this way. All I know is that by the end of these levels, it's all post-structure. Yup. Need the money for the honey. Yo. Okay, loadout challenge time. Canary, Smoke, Galena, Gutterball. Why you gotta make me hurt like this? Okay, fine. It'll be the next thing. Right after this, it'll be the next thing. Ah, thank you. Just as I was looking for more ammunition. And, health. Apparently we left some people alive, but that's okay. We can leave. That was the loadout you got your first closed casket special in? What was the pilot? Was it Precursor James? Because I'm playing with Precursor James this entire time. Uh-oh. Yeah, I think the only time I ever chose anything else was when I was doing, the achievement to play as the Auditor. Which was... why? Why does the Auditor even exist? It's like, you want a free run in order to just destroy buildings? Actually... there's a fucking thought. I can just play as the Auditor in order to get the... do $10 million worth of property damage challenge. Yeah, it's big brain time, folks. Alright, where are these bitches at? I need to destroy them. Absolutely smash them. Well, we found one of them. There's another. Here's some more. Nothing stops the mail. Holy Christ, the Citadel is such a healthy vehicle. My god. I'd call it impressive if it wasn't so goddamn scary. Oh, cool, that's everything. Let's go. Now, what's next? Okay. Ba-bam. Whoa. Okay, I wonder, how much has this phone actually charged itself? 45%? It's not quite good enough, but it'll have to do, I think. We still have one more ammo depot to deal with. Which one is it? Yeah, I had a feeling you didn't complete the closed casket special with PJ. PJ is, well, he's a special boy, that's for sure. Someone who topped out at around 10, you say. No clue who that might be. I literally only started unlocking other pilots today, as it was the last bit of unlocks I have. The Auditor mostly exists for chivos, yeah, and modding. You ever just pierce 5 solid feet of reinforced concrete with 14mm AP? In this game? Yeah, it's great. You see, it just feeds the shrapnel chain reaction. That's all it does. It just fuels the fire. One downside to this vehicle, though, is that the twin Banshees are mounted so far apart. Just so far apart. Now, where's the rest of this garrison at? Yeah, I think that's good enough. Whatever. We move on. Yeah, I mean, okay, yeah. Completing Closed Casket with PJ, not the worst. The worst is trying to do it in the Canary or any other similar vehicle, because holy hell. And what is the gift you will bestow upon this channel before you slumber? Tell us. Tell us, Adam. What manner of fresh hell will you unleash upon us? Whoa! Oh my god! Wow. That was impressive. What the fuck? Holy shit. I got slam dunked in one go. That was terrifying. Okay, Right, what else loads twin mains? Bullfrog, I don't like that. The Tinker loads twin mains. Do I want to roll around in the Tinker? It might be a bit faster, but not going to be fast enough for my tastes. A cursed Google Docs link. Oh boy. Sounds terrifying. Maybe the Zolig? Maybe that's what I should roll out in? Nah. The fork. Maybe I should roll out with the fork. Oh my god. That sounds like terror. 2 turret weapons, no less. Jesus. Alternately, I could just roll with the Prowler. Galena, maybe? Yeah, I'm gonna go Stutter Disco. Stutter Disco, full campaign run. Let's try to do this fast. Okay, Prowler is faster. Oh, hello. And you know what? I'm not going to be so anal about doing all the objectives. Otherwise, we're going to be here forever again. And yet here I am, dutifully doing all of the objectives again. Because apparently I just can't help myself. Well, at the very least, this thing is zippy as fuck, so we might be able to complete things just that much faster. Alright, we're trying to do things faster. And nah, the fat shoe is too slow and chonky. We need to be zippy, fast, and oh yeah, this is faster. I like this. Yeah, now this is pod racing, chat. This is how it's done. Okay, one more ammunition depot and it's all done. Yeah, I figured that the Zulig was the fun, or like the true answer for which is the best main mounting vehicle. But it's not the fun answer, and you're right. In a way, the Zulig is too easy. Oh boy, we were getting a bit too cocky. We lost health for no reason, and that's bad of us. We should not have done that. But, well, we have to pay for our mistakes, and this is one way of paying for them. I.e., we are going to just destroy the things. Alright, one more structure to take care of, and it's down this way. Beautiful. Let's get out of here. Prowler, the speedrun vehicle. Zoom zoom. Fantastic. On to the next. God, this thing is so zippy. I love it. Best tank. Hell yeah. All right. Okay, what else am I missing here? Any other enemies that want to come fuck with me? Let's go. Come on. Okay. You know, I'm actually liking this better than Dual Banshees so far. This is pretty fun, not gonna lie. Disco plus stutter is a good combo, says Adam Wykes. Disco in general is one of the peak laser weapons in the game. Stutter probably isn't as good overall as Belter, if you can put in that mount. I don't remember, but it still has great penetration and awesome armor damage. Yeah, from what I remember, Belter and Stutter combo together are absolutely diabolical, though. Oh, this is gonna be terrible. Okay, that could have gone infinitely worse. Fortunately, it did not. Alright, let's deal with these guys first. These guys first before we decide waste any ammo on destroying needless fencing, you know? You don't think I'm gonna survive this run? Ah, well. I wonder which mission you think I'm going to die on, but because so far I don't think it's going to be this one. Ba-bam. Oh my. It seems I'm going to die on this mission. Fuck. Okay. Which kind of vehicle should I go for next? I wonder. Well, I just did Loyalist Tank. Spacer Agrav, I think I have to do... Corvid Mech. There's a case to be made for the Fat Shoe. Heavy and small. No, that doesn't seem terribly good. The Chook, maybe. No. Maybe the Julius. The Sweetheart is interesting. And no, I have not tried it. Well, screw it. I guess we're gonna go with... Oh my. Oh wow. Let's go with the 88. And... the Faker, the Pinch. The Lockdown, perhaps. I'm gonna go with the bone saw. I like the bone saw better. Well, it's certainly special. Well, it is certainly interesting, gotta say. Well, this is certainly a special loadout. Not sure how much I like it, to be honest, but it exists as a loadout. Well, I mean, at least this mech is fast for what it is. I'm not sure I like how high this gun is mounted. Yeah, the Otomo and the Chieftain are actually pretty decent weapons. Yeah, Otomo AKP Carlos. Yeah. I think, though, I'm going to get the most mileage out of EMP. Just like for a full campaign run, I think EMP is the way to go. Well, we're gonna accept that, and we're gonna switch things up. I think that was a bit too quick. What was it, the Atomo? The Chieftain. I think we're gonna try out Chieftain together with Carlos, maybe. Special is still going to remain the EMP. Oh, yeah. Okay, it's a bit of getting used to, honestly. Just given how tall this damn thing is, but... this loadout I can get behind. I don't mind this. The Carlos is still a bit jank on this platform. But we'll live. We'll make do. I'm just trying to do this fast and fun because I want to get onto the lore reading side of things. Okay, come on. I have a weird inclination to play Warframe, guys, by the way. Like, I know it's an MMO, and I hate MMOs. But the aesthetic is fucking mint. Yeah, so far I don't hate this. This loadout I can manage. Oh, there's a lore writing competition going on in the Discord at the moment? I think I'll have to get involved in that. Luckily, I'm already playing the most aesthetic game, says Adam Wykes. True enough. Hard to argue against that. You know it'll be the most aesthetic game, though? When it finally comes out? Brigador 2. Brigador 2 Solo Nobre Boogaloo. But yeah. Maybe I'll even get in on that whole lore writing competition. I don't know. We'll see. It seems we missed a spot over here, chat. I could have picked up that ammo, but whatever. Okay. So yeah, maybe I'll do a bit of Warframe in the future. I don't know. There's a lot to explore, and even before I should do that, okay, I think I'm starting to get into the vibe of this vehicle. I like it. This is like Crescent Fresh. But yeah. I have like a library of video games that... like, there's hundreds in there. Absolute hundreds. Most of them I haven't even played, honestly. Yeah. So when you see that meme of that guy who's like, owns hundreds of games on Steam, doesn't play plays the same 2 games, yeah, I'm that guy. I am in this picture and I don't like it. Okay, that cost me more health than I thought it would. Mostly because I don't know why, but my gun wasn't hitting the stupid thing? Anyway. At least we get all of our shields back right here. And without further ado, we can leave. Amen, and the backing ever groweth, so saith the Gaben. Yeah, don't at me. I am in this picture and I don't like it. Okay. Targets-wise, there's still a captain and a substation I have to deal with. So there's that. Now where's that damn substation? Am I blind? Ah, no, it's down this way. Well, that was a pretty bourgeois-looking household. Had to destroy it. Couldn't have it. So the longer you fire the chieftain without feathering the trigger, the less accurate it becomes. I may have noticed. Maybe. I think we're pretty Gucci to go, chat. Yeah, Gucci to go is like the name of some sort of emergency, emergency Oscar dress delivery service for celebrities. Gucci to go. You gotta be thinking, chat. And that's the way it's gonna go. Alright. Okay, now we have to head this way. Yes, down with well-kept yards and white picket fences. Great leader, more like lame leader, am I right, guys? Well, certainly the Brigadors seem to think so. Ah, yes. Now we have to go for the exit, and there's only the one. So let's shamble along. Okay. Screw getting fancy with it. Fuck that noise. Okay, fine. Getting fancy with it is apparently very, very discouraged. Oh, we straight up ran out of ammo. That's a first. Beautiful. On to the next. Yeah, we're gonna take this one nice and calm. No reason to rush. And now we will just casually rearm after we Well, no. First we'll rearm, then we'll deal with those things. Absolutely mangle a parking lot. No trucks. Trucks are very not allowed. Very illegal. Okay. Okay, anything else? 4 out of 4 captains. I guess it's time to head for an exit. Zap, zap. I am the Oprah Winfrey of zaps. You get a zap, and you get a zap, and I said you get a zap. You do too. And you. You as well. You, as well as you. You're not allowed to not get zapped. Very illegal. Anyways, the Oprah Winfrey of zapping will continue. Nice. Is that it? Beautiful. I think we're gonna win it on this one, says Adam Wykes. Well, this mission is always pretty simple. I like it for that. Alright. That was a bit of an awkward engagement, but we managed to make it through it without too much damage to ourselves. So we'll even call it successful. Alright. A bit terrifying, not gonna lie. Okay, I guess we can just leave this mission now. Nice. Okay. What was that district? It's like a Corvid stronghold, almost like a little alley of barrio between two adjacent districts that city planners basically forgot. This mission, there's a decent chance of running out of chieftain ammo. Yep, I nearly did. Key is to hit big boys with just enough chieftain to drop shields and hit him with a Carlos. Carlos does extremely heavy armor damage. Yep, it do. Enough resources to make ramshackle mechs, but not to actually improve their own living conditions. Sounds about right for Corvids. Damn right it does. Blew up the laser ammo post. Yeah. You blow up the ammo you need, or no balls. Yeah, don't go talk to your union head about housing, but don't stop welding tractors to legs. Welcome to the Corvid way. Now, we are dealing with 10 in the morning. Hopefully I can finish this before too much longer. Okay. Again, you blow up your main ammo depot or no balls. Funny how we went from being an OSHA inspector in this game to the Oprah Winfrey of Zaps. What am I missing? Well, first off, that guy needs to die. What else needs to get gone? Alright, there's 2 down there. And 1 more ammo depot. Yeah, one of the advantages is that we can shoot over the ammo racks. That's pretty damn great with having our guns so high. Yeah, but it works both ways, and indeed it does, because it makes it really difficult to shoot things that are really low and right beside us. Chieftain on tanks, maybe it doesn't work out for you because guns are too low? Maybe you just need to play more of a hit-and-run, fade sort of game with tanks mounting the Chieftain. Ever considered that? Well, that was a quick clear. Jesus. Okay, so yeah, we did that as well. That was pretty cool. Right, what are we missing? Kill more garrison. It's not terribly necessary that we do that. Although, I mean, a bunch of them were just straight up in our way, so I guess we could do them the common courtesy of just putting them out of their fucking misery. But outside of that, well, that was a pretty decent mission. And, yes, this is where we died the first time round. This time, let's hope we do better. Brilliant. On to the next. Oh, thank you for destroying that for me. I was just about to do it myself, but then you were so kind as to destroy it for me. Well done. Alright, what has chat been saying while I was so focused on the game? But you are Tonk, just run over enemies. And always accept physical, I am Tonk. I am Tonk, hear my boom. I love the dudes on bikes. As a Corvid myself, may I just say, there's an absolutely critical lack of honk in this stream thus far. How was that for honking? Jesus Christ. Here, a proper honk. There you go. That ramshackle truck mech, the company of tanks and the agravs didn't do it, but me and my Kawasaki will. That's GLA-style thinking. Hey man, you want to be part of our SNC future? You gotta get in on the ground floor. Now put on this vest. Yeah, that's armor, totally not plastique. And make sure your antenna stays up. That's super important. I wonder if he remembers this level has a Leviathan up the upper left. Yes, I do remember. Also, you can only do this once. Your honk quota has been met for this quarter. Excellent. The solo no-break concern will be very happy about this. No doubt. That man was just pushing his buddy straight into the line of fire. How could he? Alright, I think we're ready to go. Need a chain restaurant called Honkers. Maybe not. Gonna incorporate that into the fan wank. Oh no. Oh no. I wish there was a button to make mechs jump. I think that's why this game did so poorly. There is no mech jump button. Contractor Bespoke. And there we did it. Apparently, that was the entire campaign run. 18 districts. There's also full linear solo Nobre, and that one we also have to do at some point. Yes, maybe for Brigador 2 there will be jumping. Maybe. Just maybe. Maybe that should be what my own fan work is about. Maybe I'll submit that as my sort of lore entry. Some poor Corvid bastard gets it into his head to try to mount some sort of, like, spring jump system into his Rat King, and he just ends up, like, shooting a spring through his own cockpit and killing himself. The end. The Corvid way. Ah. Now, it is slowly drawing upon 11 p.m. And you know what that means, chat. It means it's time to turn the volume down. Turn the music down a little. Turn myself down a little. And I think it's time to start doing some lore reading. What say you, chat? We still don't have enough to buy out all the pilots. My god. Well, goddamn, never mind. Never mind it, chat. We are actually going to continue. We are going to continue because guess what? We need all of it. Right now, we're doing random district. Our vehicle is the Varlet. Our primaries are the Bonesaw and the Lockdown. Actually, I'm just gonna have double Bonesaw. Our special, active camouflage, the Operation Random District. Let's go. I need the money, and oh my fucking god, already we are faced with a problem. Oh, I didn't see the mech that was right beside me. Well, isn't that interesting? Oh, hello. Never mind. That was a scuffed start. We should do better. Nah, you ain't see shit. You don't see shit, chat. You don't see shit. You certainly don't see me. You don't see that guy. You don't see... He's dead. Anyway, and I'm out of here. Oh, hello. Yeah, okay. I got caught on terrain and, the ship torpedo destroyed me. That's fine. Okay, come on. We need a better set of districts than this. Oh, Christ. I didn't know how I was supposed to get behind him there. But okay, this seems a bit more promising. We're also facing off against spacers, so that's nice. Okay. So far, what does chat think of this fiasco? See the lore on the Sparrow. Canonically, they jump. Sounds about right. Jumping would be hell of a mech knees. Go listen to Brigador Killer's music while reading. Tuck Tuck Squeck Bar. Honk for Varlet is one of the very best. Yep. GLA, GLA, GLA. Varlet plus AKP plus Black Hand plus Donkey. Now that sounds great, but this is funner. God, I hate those tanks. They're the worst. Alright. We're solving the problems, chat. We're solving them the only way we know how, and that way is with gun. There we go. There's the ammunition I needed. Perfect. 10 out of 10. Boom. Now, where are the rest of these turkeys at? I like this turkey. He gave me ammunition. This turkey ain't so bad. Also, we have a whole ass depot right here, so, what am I worried about, honestly? screw it. Destroy the depot or no balls. Well, I mean, there's only one more nerd left on the map somewhere. Where the hell are they? And speaking of nerds, where the hell's the last objective? Oh, there it is. Okay, where's this last nerd, though? I need to kill the last nerd. No nerds are allowed to live. Okay, for real though, where this nerd at? I'm looking around. Where is he? There he is. Beautiful. Source audio for the tuk-tuk honk. Oh boy, this feels very proto-nod dirt bike. It sort of is. Phenomenal. Now, do we have enough in order to purchase the rest of the pilots? One off. We were one off, chat. Come on. In fact, we're only 2 million away, so screw this. I'm gonna roll out in... fuck, I don't know. Okay, we are gonna take out... Oh boy. The Tomahawk. Sure, we'll do the Tomahawk. We'll do it with a Zeus. We'll do Tomahawk Zeus with a Galena. That's what we're doing. Audio Kinetic Pulse, Operation Rando District, let's fucking mosey. Okay, what am I missing? What has yet to be destroyed, apart from fucking everything? There's still a captain out there somewhere, and I don't like it. Okay, I'm satisfied. Now, finally, that's all the pilots. Every single last one of them. Now, the only achievements left to us are destroy civilians, cause 10 million of property damage, complete every campaign level with loadouts, and a bunch of these campaign-specific missions to be done in specific ways. So now, with that finally out of the way, now we can finally sit down and do some lore reading. Just a little bit. In fact, all of the rest of it. That's what I'm gonna do. Carol, DM Winnie for me. Otherwise, they're gonna cry that I didn't do anything. Or that I didn't warn them that I was going to be doing the thing, so go ahead and do it. Now then. I'm also going to get some water, so I'll be back in just a little bit. Alright. Chat, we are back. Now then, what has chat been saying in the meantime? Like the tomahawk or rope cut. Well, that worked. Remember to blow the pipelines in the far right if you haven't already on this map. Good, cool and good. Killing civilians is wrong, but hey, 50 is 50. Just say Guranga. Staying hydrated is approved company policy, Brigador. Damn right it is. Be advised, water breaks are not included in the contract and will incur a small fee, which we encourage contractors to avail themselves of. Well, the SNC can suck it. See you around, Space Cowboy, says Adam Wykes, and now to get into the lore reading. And starting things off is a lad named Norman Osberger. But before we get into it, belt sitting rather tight around my waist at the moment. Get rid of it. And now we can get into the lore reading proper. Norman Osberger, Brigador. A relatively recent immigrant to Novo Solo, Norman fled more civilized sectors in the wake of some terrestrial scandal or other. Nothing worth mentioning, but he seems to be consumed by it still. Our sources paint him as a hard luck case, and subpar mechanic. Certainly no Corvid would tolerate his shoddy work. Unlike most hapless NEP drivers, however, he knows exactly what his abilities are, and something more important. He has nothing to lose. His death wish may be perfect for our purposes, provided we offer the right insurance package to benefit his survivors. MPCC. Merlot Race, or Rice. Grew up in the West End slums, racing reclaimed junkers for sport and prize money. Later fell in love with a dashing Corvid pilot. Joined the cause. Intended to raise their daughter as a would-be freedom fighter when a loyalist kamikaze drone disintegrated her husband. Rice turned to mercenary work to keep food on the table. Lacks strong community ties and is increasingly uncomfortable with what caretakers she can afford. The racing background and desperation has made her a competent pilot, and if her daughter's future is invoked, she's liable to accept the contract for a modest sum. Banter, SNC Informatics Division. Ephigenia Tseng. Anal retentive, overly loquacious weapons scientist working for the NEP Design Bureau. An intuitive grasp of technology enables her to parse some spacer tech. Helps compensate for the NEP's shortfalls. Valuable to her superiors, but has little personal ambition. Tseng's interests are purely intellectual. She would be at home in a corporation lab. Bander, SNC Informatics Division. Arturo Nemi. Many consider alcohol to be an obsolete chemical. Once popular, its deleterious effects no longer suffice compared to the state of the recreational arts. Even so, many soldiers turn to drink in remote climes, even spacers. Nemi put the bottle down when he settled in a cosmopolitan habitat to produce a wife and children. When they were killed, finished by an occurrence of red lung during their gestation, he became an alcoholic mercenary once more. Fate and drink have led him to truly dark paths, and the stipulations of previous contracts continue to accumulate. A trusted source testifies that his consciousness has been subsumed by legal behavior modification subroutines. The man who was Nemi is gone, but the profit and loss of Solo Nobre will be very enticing to the thing which moves in his place. Ripley Snell. Bassist for 12-7. Not that the rest of the band is still alive. Hot chicks are always the bassists. Yes, I'm a pig. You've seen my file photo. Anyway, Snell is a common enough story for Solo Nobre. Grew up in the Deads. Conscripted and then cut loose after a light sentence for an altercation with an officer in a Texas 7. Tough to get a job in Solo Nobre with a dishonorable discharge. Spent a few years loading freighters in one of the only remaining authorized ports outside the city. Working a job like that beyond the wall makes mining in the Deads look glamorous by comparison. Soon after, joined the band and joined the Corvids. Not sure in which order, but there's a reason 12-7's Panic Wall is a Corvid anthem. And yes, rip Arturo. Phil Bromlin. Maintenance man and groundskeeper at the Nobre Dunes Country Club. Mutters continuously to himself. Hates the suburbs, but loves golf. Questionable grip on reality. Castor Pino. Old Solo Nobre family. 3 generations of NEP lifers. Castor is planning the same, but doesn't think he'll ever be officer material. Tested decently enough with neural jacks, but likes life in a tank crew better. No coercion is needed here. Simply appealing to his vanity should be sufficient. Telma Mulan. Born to one of the most respected families in Solo Nobre, Mulan developed radical political notions and became strongly opposed to Glorious Leader's isolationist policies. When she was caught in a raid on an insurrectionist newspaper, Mulan was blackballed from society and forced to join the Corvids for protection. She proved to be a talented pilot and rose to prominence. Nonetheless, her only loyalty is to her simmering political ideals. If Solo Nobre falls, the blockades will open. I believe that motivation will be sufficient to transform her into the lethal force we need. Sieghart Bulver. A dedicated career soldier with a long string of successful deployments. Bulver has finally hit his personal ceiling. Giftless in political maneuvering, and neither known nor liked enough to be sought out for higher command through his own merits, Bulver is slowly realizing that he will die with the same stripes he's wearing now. Under different circumstances, he might be placated, as his desire for generalship is based in his correct belief that he's suited to the task. However, knowing he'll be passed over for less talented but more politic officers, knowing that they are holding him back, is turning his loyalty to bitterness. Bulver seems ripe to change to a mercenary career path and take revenge on the system that let him down. Aline Vok. I sense your reaction even now and preempt it. Yes, Tuno Vok, the very same, is her father. She shares his deep sense of tradition. Since leaving for the creches, she had devoted herself to studying the arts of the Lorentz projectile, the automatic cartridge feed and the focused beam laser. Following the Vok path, she approaches the time of succession and must match her father's skills and best him, or else be sterilized. However, at last sync, odds and prevailing opinions were very much against the younger Vok. I suspect she has been too conservative in her planning, too staid in her preparation. I will compose a formal message of intent, accompanied with a contract. She will appreciate the archaic form and, perhaps, recognize the educational and political advantages of bringing destruction to Solo Nobre. Niall Black. One of the Corvid's best irregulars. Niall had a short and intense schooling in guerrilla tactics when conducting raids on NEP-embedded supplier/tax profiteering convoys. Ultimately loyal to an ideal that died before him, his romantic workers' notions of justice, collective bargaining, and retribution are raw nerves, making him a passionate but easily manipulated pilot. Nelina Ka. Raised by an older brother in Wasteland outside the Deads, was poised to join the Corvids, instead witnessed them catch her brother in a crossfire with NEP tanks. Barely enough of him remained to fill a shoebox, so now she's a loyalist, making a name for herself gunning down insurgents. Nelina learned last year she has a rare congenital disorder, lethal within her next 5 years. Spacer Tech has long solved these kinds of issues, and the offer will make her an easy recruit. Best your dad or be sterilized. Very anime. And yes, Winnie, we are doing the mouth sounds. The mouth sounds. Nobu Tsunoda. Tsunoda grew up in the polyglot slums of Solo Nobre, practically raised in the NEP motor pool by his technician parents. Records show his NEP adjustment exam results were exemplary, and he was headed for a promising career in the garrison. But he had too much imagination for military life. So he turned junk brat and cobbled together a fast, low-profile escape machine out of spare parts. Starving at the edge of the city, he stole rations from resettlement offices to stay alive. A few years later, the Corvids noticed him when he walked into one of their camps and out again with their prize tech. They recruited him after extended and bloody negotiations. Now esteemed highly in the Corvid society, he perversely values freedom above all else. A volatile asset, but bends easily when threatened with confinement. Numadon just joins and sees that smile. Yes, there you go. Gingo Seraph nurtures aspirations of becoming a famous film director. Stayed in the military past mandatory conscription age to pay for her experimental productions. As of this writing, Seraph has yet to be offered any sort of film contract, as her creative output is too exotic. Her ultimate goal is to create a 7-part fantasy cycle that she believes will immortalize her. This will require enormous amounts of money, attainable in her position only through contracting with the SNC, or compromising her creative vision. She will find the former option far more palatable. Qatar Jutsun. A genetic eunuch with a rare hormone imbalance. Jutsun was produced as part of the infamous Texas 7 phenotypal entertainment clone series. Like the rest of her stunted cohort, Qatar has a continuous awareness age of 6, but possesses the physical and mental development of a young adult with certain enhancements particular to her intended profession. Like most spacer adolescents, they claim to be the prototype for humanity's future. Unlike them, she has no right to the succession of the human race, being entirely artificial in origin, surviving the purges only through cunning and a deft mind for legal technicalities. Having known only strife and persecution, Qatar would be at home in the battlefield of Solo Nobre, and I believe it may be the only place that may offer her peace. The Auditor. We exalted spaceborne know how much more we have developed compared to the soil vermin. Even so, the Auditor and its kind have surpassed the rest of us by the same measure or more. If not for certain contractual stipulations, I serve, it could very well be considered treasonous to speak of the Auditor to others, even among the Spacers. The Auditor is considered eccentric, even by us, disdaining what it calls the primitive tactics of its colleagues. The Auditor stalks the unpopulated areas of a people at war, encountering no resistance and leaving no witnesses. I do not know and will not speculate as to its aims, as doing so would be foolhardy in the extreme. This is only one tactic available to you. There is only one tactic available to you, the reader. Hope and pray that you will not meet the Auditor. If you do, there will be no time to run. Yes, Qatar was a militarized e-thought, and judging by, what was it, continuous awareness age of 6? I don't know what that's meant to imply, but it doesn't seem savory in the slightest. Johnny 5 Aces, however, powered down the Magnabike with a not quite unhearable hum and checked his chronometer. Damn, he hissed through his clenched teeth, which were surrounded by the stubble of 5 days, wherein he had not shaven himself at all. It was almost Chromodawn at Clash Point. Already the sun was sitting... Already the sun was setting Wollaston's Hill ablaze, like so much molten metal or a coin, gyrating in the air, tossed there by the uncaring hand of an imaginary god that doesn't exist, born from the interior minds of the hobbled masses. The sky was the color of a television tuned to a dead channel that was orange. Damn, he, Johnny, thought. We thought we were opening a new beginning with our mad dreams of time travail, but ironically, the only time now is the time of which we're out of. It's almost humorous. Yeah, I could almost laugh, if I hadn't cried that part of me away when my parents were macassered by Mr. Malaprop and the government-sanctioned murderers of Capital. He lit a Nicosheen brand swaggerette and took a dip drag, sinking farther into his inferior horolog. He thought of Nina and her mellifluous buttocks that he used to love to bang. Even now, his nano-enhanced hearing could almost hear her What the fuck am I reading? Even now, his nano-enhanced hearing could almost hear her vagina lips quivering with moisture and also pleasure, like a slice of synth ham being tongued by one of Malaprop's slam hounds. When he got back to City 5, he was going to do some sex, no doubt about that. What the fuck? That's right, doll, he said to nobody in the wind. They were going to do it hard. He smiled, blowing smoke from his nostrils. They were going to do it cyber hard. What the fuck? Victory bonus of 50 million. What the fuck? This is the dumbest shit. Anyway, Steve Lichman. The friendliest dreadlord you'll ever meet. Or as Steve puts it, we are all skeletons on the inside. Happy in a cozy tomb beneath one of Solo Nobre's many necropolies, He'd spend his time hanging out with friends, reading comics, and pranking visitors. Then they killed Jason. You can't tell, but Steve isn't smiling anymore. Not even Sergeant O'Malley can hold him back this time. Modesto Pires. Cross the wrong officer and find out just how quickly your military career prospects can go from MOG Recon Battalion to Legs Hanger Night Watchman. Marvin Beck. A disgruntled vehicle specialist with an encyclopedic knowledge of Solo Nobre tech and even a strong grasp on spacer capabilities. Beck has few other interests and no known personal relationships, rumored to be literally a mech fetishist. His appraisal of opposition technology shows an admiration which suggests unstable loyalties. He may be willing to abandon the military simply for the opportunity to study new technology up close. Plant with a Gun asks, what the fuck was that trash self-insert fanfic? I have no idea. If I had to guess, Johnny Five Aces was, in part written by the Kickstarter. Was there a Kickstarter for this game? I have no idea. Either way. It seems like some in-office joke that made it into the game. Who knows why you'd want ears that can hear a fly queefing 50 meters away? But it's canon. Scotty Graff. Real piece of work. Too violent for the high society she was raised in. Too reckless for the intelligence track usually taken by such types. NEP funneled her into a Tinker peacekeeping force, where she went on to brutalize any daring enough to demonstrate near her deployment. She's taken to peacekeeping with a zeal that goes beyond professionalism into naked sadism. Not a strategic thinker, but excellent in moment-to-moment, aided by a natural talent for intimidation. Lavelle Archer. It is unfashionable to be seen as good in modern spacer society, and I personally don't care for the affectation. But, like most artists, Lavelle cares not for his public persona. He lives each moment as an artwork, and the narration of those moments is left to others. In a unit, Lavelle Archer provides the necessary and unpopular support and backup that is required for true victory on the battlefield. He does not shirk from treachery when it is the optimal path. He commits unspeakable acts according to his own perverse code. Archer is a true ally and remarkable individual, even among our exalted caste. Constance Farrow. We don't know much about this one. Rumors circulate about a past career as a knife fighter, but she refuses to comment either way. An extremely effective pilot with the Corvid's improved chassis. Her cunning, resourcefulness, and obvious tenacity make her a considerable threat and potentially a useful asset. Doc Volhard. A highly decorated pilot with training in mechs, tanks, and anti-grav. Also, a fraud. After double-crossing a Solo Nobre black marketeer, he killed a young conscript and replaced him with the help of advanced plastic surgery. That surgeon happens to be a former associate of mine. Holding the threat of exposure over Volhard will be enough to make him do what we want, no matter how dismal his odds will be. Is this some sort of horny mod I downloaded? No, this is canonical lore. Akar Singh. I can't figure out what would make Singh turn away from the regime. Everyone who has served with him seems to like him. The usual justifications don't scan. Model military man. No family trouble. Not many Sikhs emigrated to Novo Solo. The most are in Aisho now. Great Leader's conscription policies have been as open-minded as you get. Ask the paraplegics in service. So I don't think there's an angle there. Is it possible that even with the government in shambles, Great Leader still had double agents in place for an eventuality like this? Keep an eye out, especially when you exfiltrate him. Marie Locke. As incomparable as my intelligence network and skills are, even I am limited to what data exists. After the so-called Troubles, many repositories of civic data, ancestral records, and genetic information were purged in a misguided attempt to give equality to an innately unequal population. As a result, there is very little information on Locke's ancestors. There are no direct antecedents in any file, and she seems to have assumed this name upon reaching the age of majority. Curiously, she has a national identification number and supporting paperwork. Either her original records were scrubbed by someone very talented, or she accurately forged the requisite details. These are all traits which typify the Corvids, and she paints her face like one. Yet, she maintains an active NEP duty assignment with a respectable record. Surveillance and reports indicate a high degree of skill, yet her service transcript describes only average performance. A thoroughly unremarkable soldier on paper, yet with killer instincts. There are no other Locks in Solo Nobre, due to the particular demographic distribution of the Nobrian population. Where did she get these skills? Why do we know so little about her? Why pick such an unusual name? For one of the vermin, she has piqued my interest, and I hereby commit to unearthing these answers. Until then, I am left with this much. She does exist, and she does value compensation. I will assign performance bonuses accordingly. Odetta Dunsmuir. An alluring hedonist and sensualist, prizing planet-dweller blood and pain above an even sexual and culinary delights. In addition to her capabilities as a pilot, she has taken wet work, and especially interrogation, to incredible heights. Unfortunately, her value is limited by her refusal to take planet dwellers as anything more than raw canvas. I share her distaste, but abhor her short-sightedness. Nonetheless, her single-mindedness and brutal efficiency make her a fearsome ally. Louis Leng. A survivor of Time for a sipia. A survivor of Solo Nobre's many formative conflicts. Leng downplays his role, but has seen more of his adopted home planet's bloody history than he'd care to admit. After his instrumental role in Great Leader's ascension, Leng was offered a field general's rank, but turned it down to continue applying his skills where he knew they were most effective, behind the controls of a loyalist machine, fighting alongside his fellow soldiers. Like any good soldier, he will defer to authority when faced with ambiguous decisions, and our projections are very promising for securing his talents and experience for our own use. Olu Salazar. Reported to be kind, charming, and loyal to his planet. In other words, weak. He affects an air of confusion to keep enemies off guard, but we have recordings from orbit of his antisocial behavior when he believes he's cornered. One of the only known living pilots to have used the rope kid and survived. His skill is honed from years of trickery and deceit. He's formidable, but easily lulled to inattention when he believes he has an escape route. Arja Sug. I've had the pleasure of knowing Arja on multiple occasions. A refined soul. Her interests lie mainly in outdated interrogation methods and precise applications of ballistic projectiles. Naturally, she prefers to fight at range, taking out high-value targets, installations, and nearby buildings with overwhelming force. Cruel beyond words, I am proud to know her. Derek Rosario. Rosario was a den mother, running a cartel of orphaned children in the latter days of Solo Nobre during Great Leader's reign. She cared for those cretins more than her actual kids, who are mostly loyalists and NEP brass. Possible blackmail opportunity. An NEP tribunal convicted her of racketeering, violating antitrust pacts, and threatening the peace, and unauthorized use of NEP resources. They thought bringing her in would be easy. Instead, she caught them flat-footed, knifed the PMs and pilot, and stole the legs, leaving only rubble in her wake. When he types, "Sug on these nuts." Got him. The Man from Volta. As intimate as I have become with this misbegotten sphere named Novo Solo, it is sometimes easy to forget about the wider galaxy. Man from Volta is a SNC recruit from Volta, another outer colony and the site of one of the early model Efficiency Society experiments. A harsh and ruthless place. It is not unlike the creches from which we spawned, save for its crudity and damnably terrestrial nature. He once had a name, but the esoteric rituals in the warrior death tribe to which he belongs stripped him of any identity beyond violence. His entire being is the mask he wears. To his people, a maskless man is nobody, without a face, and the masks of the fallen enemy are collected as trophies. High-powered weaponry and desperate struggle over nutrient pipelines are the only things the population of Volta know. Despite his crudity and guttural speech, I cannot help but feel a certain affinity for this man from Volta. There is an immediacy to his brutality that I find refreshing. Born of necessity, it remains unadorned by the garish flourishes my compatriots are so fond of. It's a pity they won't appreciate his artistry tonight. Ayla Kaponen. Ayla is a mystery even to me. I first met her in the intelligence training creches, and we have long been close friends. But I am no closer to understanding her character. Her only motivation is an abstract interest in the development of her own abilities. There are sensational rumors of Kaponen disabling her own vehicle's functions before combat, or killing her contracted allies to leave herself with a greater challenge. I personally confirm these tendencies. I have also witnessed her standing amid a thin soup of corpse reduction, wielding a black hand, her mouth set in a line which suggests a deep and gnawing hunger. Perhaps Solo Nobre will pique her interest. Sabella Costa. Like many Corvids, Costa started her career as NEP. Finding the jingoism disagreeable, She took the quickest route to a discharge while learning everything she could about mechanized armor engineering. In a less stagnant time and organization, Costa might have found her way to the head of the design bureau. Instead, she found her way to the dead and started performing radical surgery on Junkers, welding them together in new and startling configurations. Left alone, she might have actually made some advances in her long-dead art. But the Costa family has deep roots in Aisho, so the Corvids were uncharacteristically prompt in securing her loyalty. Her creative drive stifled, she has proven as lethal as she is groundbreaking, and the promise of being able to leave the backwards dirtball of Novo Solo behind will be more than enough to cause her to turn on her erstwhile allies. Sefe Chatfield. I am a pilot of some small renown. Not only have I distinguished my family and crew due to my own exemplary service, but I have deigned to fight and excel on planetary campaigns as well. A painful experience for all concerned, to be sure. Most find my reconnaissance and intelligence work distasteful, but time and again I have been proven right in my well-known maxim. Planet dwellers may be no better than animals, but even animals may do civilized things when properly studied and directed. Until we eliminate our few remaining ties to the hated soil, I will continue my reports, for an animal observed is an animal easily controlled. Griswold Fick. Griswold Fick was born on the wrong planet. Steeped in culture, he dabbles in poetry, music, fashion, and the culinary arts. He turned to the military in the hopes of rising to general and gaining access to the decadent culture and censored entertainment hoarded by Solo Nobre's elite. Fick's genius extends past art and into combat as well, but climbing the social ladder will still require decades, even if that genius were realized by his peers. The cultural freedom and access we can provide would sway him, let alone the tremendous resources of a surviving Brigador. Antero Guian. A renowned pilot and warrior poet, Guian is the subject of many a whispered rumor. In truth, the man is both more and less than he was. His success made him a sybarite, exhausting his wealth on ever-increasing extravagances. Even as his superlative skill at gambling and single combat built his fortune up again. His vices are as legendary as his art and writing. His military exploits, sure to inspire films and odes when they are eventually declassified. He will always need money and never desire it. The payout for this contract would be welcome, but I suspect the opportunity to insert himself into Solo Nobre's history will be irresistible. And yeah, payout scales with run length, best for operations with 4 or more districts. Interesting. And yeah, the spacers are sort of tryhard, not gonna lie. Giancarlo. Truly eccentric, even for a Corvid. Likely in his 70s. Agrav enthusiast from down south. Flew his custom hot rods for decades. Made his own clothes. His sight may be going, but he's still one of the best pilots on Novo Solo. Pilar Nabot. Pilar is well known on Solo Novo Solo. After joining the NEP at the earliest age possible, she worked to distinguish herself through dedication and loyalty, a useful if misguided strategy. Her work brought the attentions of NEP brass, and her then recent puberty appealed to the general in charge of propaganda. Her then recent puberty appealed to the general in charge of propaganda. She starred in a number of popular works documenting her rise through the infantry, an unexpected success as a pilot. Driven by demons of self-doubt, her vanity and desire to prove that her success is earned make her malleable, yet skilled. A promising formula for Solo Nobre's ruination. Dowdy Ayan. What you have heard about Ayan is true. She killed Riemann Jun in a 10-hour duel, and it was her that brought down the Endurance when all her team lay dead behind her. She holds several species-wide records in endurance and marksmanship, albeit not all within the same species. She is fast, brutal, and without remorse. I would not willingly oppose her. Who put Viagra in the writer's water? All this horny is messing up the sleepy tisms, says Winnie. Well, you know how it is. You know how it is with writers. Like with drawing artists, all of them are latent horny. Clotilde Alto. The notorious Clotilde Alto, model, actress, dancer, high-profile criminal. She tore through the standard vices of the wealthy elite. Beyond them lay the perversions of the hedonist, and she lay waste to those as easily as her bloodsport opponents. Alto has managed to shock even our proudly decadent society with her latest exploits, such as turning gestation vats into a sous vide of her still-developing progeny. A most delectable spacer Baloo. Disgusting. In her desire for newly savage and deviant experiences, she has purchased or perhaps forged the necessary credentials to become a mercenary. I have it on good authority that her barring some light simulator training, time in her Zulig on the ground in Solo Nobre will be her first combat experience. Her coterie of sycophants and critics are all eager to see how she does. I can hear Clotilda's husky laugh as she begins her incarnation as a Brigador. Am I mistaken, or has the narrator been pessimistic on every other entry? It seems that way, certainly. Every third. But these, he can't stop slobbing their knobs. Also remember, we have different narrators. Yes, I haven't been exactly keeping good track of who's doing the actual narration. Anything signed MPCC is, one of the spacers, and he's a bit of an asshole. It's this guy right here. There's also Banter, SNC Information Division, or Informatics Division. Anyway. Katarine Aunup. Beautiful and insane, Aunup periodically develops a relationship with someone, murders them, and then undergoes surgery to take on their appearance and identity. She has done this almost a dozen times. None of this is particularly unusual, but her insanity is that she seems to actually care about her partners. I find her fascinating. An anachronism of sociopathy. An anachronism of sociopathy. Of sociopathy. Her habits are particularly obscene for their emotional lasciviousness, and if her history became widely known, it would mean severe punishment. Aunup does not seem interested in escape, but she has a pattern of preference for fighting men. The idealism of the NEP and the wildness of the Corvids should be aphrodisiac enough together to compel her service. Ew, was that verbose for fetus soup? Yes. Yes, it was. Cannibal fetus soup. Terrible. Geraldine Poquet. Known as the Jackal to her friends and enemies alike, Poquet is a ferocious NEP driver. Corvids actually have a bounty on her head for what they claim are atrocities she has committed during an NEP raid in the Deads. This unflinching composure has taken her high in the NEP rankings, as have the untimely deaths of 3 former superiors. Whether the rumors Poquet arranged these accidents herself are true or not, the result is the same. Fiercely loyal subordinates and cautious superiors. She would be a valuable asset. Dieudonné Rem. Rem joined the NEP and made a name for himself through actively requesting the most dangerous missions available. Had more than his fair share of close calls, but always came back in one piece. Plenty of promotions came as a result, but he consistently refused anything that would trade his beloved cockpit for a desk or civilian life. That disdain made him legendary among enlisted men and despised by the brass. On the anniversary of his 50th year in the NEP, they forced the issue. Pilot a desk, or enjoy a cozy retirement. Didn't matter, but if he refused this time, it was very clearly implied that a dishonorable discharge would be forthcoming. Dieudonné promptly resigned, via open comms so profane his name became its own slang. He then disappeared. A month later, his praetor, Hackbull, also disappeared from its hangar. A year later, the Hackbull returned, only this time sporting Corvid blue. Turns out the fight is all that mattered to Rem. Launch the writers into the sun, mixing boners and fetus soup into sleepy time is death by fire. Yes, ostensibly. Denny Happala. The last survivor of a clan ship with an elaborate warrior religion, Happala believes that he must die in battle to join his people in the afterlife. I could have sworn this was a chick. Reckless mercenary work has scarred his body and left him with a host of black market replacement organs, including an eye. But he is prevented from dying. His religion prohibits suicide and particularly disabling implanted machinery. While money has no meaning to one who hopes every day is his last, the forces arrayed in defense of Solo Nobre may have enough power to disintegrate his illicit corpus and nullify his consciousness for a final time. Hugh Armbruster. A steadily coiling spring of murderous energy with no release. Great leader has kept the peace, and Armbruster was born to spill a torrent of blood. In another life, he would have gone far in our own ranks. Instead, he and his kind wait for us in every city, every country, every planet in which the concern seeks to regain control. Waiting like the black holes invisibly pitting the night sky over Solo Nobre, impatient for anything to get close, or impatient for anything to get too close, waiting for the freedom of the contract without ever knowing it. Happala could just be young. Maybe. Sequin Parrot. Parrot was born chatty, at least according to his orphanage minders. He talked too much for the rare prospective parent that came through the Saint Martin home for wayward youth. So he would get sent outside, where he found an aptitude for taking apart junk and sometimes putting it back together. The trash pickers found him there and gave him a job of sorts. Exciting but dangerous work doing repairs in the hazardous hazardous materials pits. When he developed a runaway addiction to the high-toxicity paints his colleagues brewed in their garage, it was only a matter of time before his work suffered for it. An exploding bike engine sent a 14-gauge screw through his upper palate and lodged it in the middle of his amygdala. He continues to live, but by all accounts has changed considerably, professing an absence of fear and an eagerness for pain. The Corvids naturally saw his potential, given that he works for a modicum of pay and an excess of paint. He is easily manipulated and not at all reliable. But then, he need only work for one night. Ugh. It's horrid. Anyway, one of the few admirable Corvids, Spitz has no conception of social graces, personal hygiene, teamwork, compromise, duty, or the value of human life. She lives only to modify her vehicle and body to further her own inscrutable goals, and she will do anything necessary to continue her relentless tinkering and upgrading. We have used her services before, as she is more than happy to betray her fellow Corvids to gain access to our advanced techniques, one of our most reliable assets in the Corvids' ranks. Phenomenally disgusting, I hate it. If we are the daylight citizens of our spaceborne cities, also this is Oscar Allard, then surely the Cyclo-Lucidites are the denizens of the eternal night. That is our birthright and home. Allard was originally one of us, a veteran of many wars. He is still remembered for his glorious victories, free from the taint of planetary soil. It is written that he wept after his last victory, for there were no more armies who would challenge him. Not long after, he resculpted his sense organs and joined the Cyclo-Lucidites, finding a new purpose in the maelstrom of forces that guide our way between stars. Although most Cyclo-Lucidites prefer to sleep away our many orbits, Allard, like all Cyclo-Lucidites, has no biological need for sleep, and seems to enjoy using his vast experience to butcher his opponents. I love and fear him, and soon Solo Nobre will quake with the reports of his weaponry. Ah, yes. Good old Precursor James. Few loyalists would even merit my attention if I were not charged with this task, but the Precursor is the one man of which none will speak. My sources, usually helpful to the point of supplication, when I offer the removal of some tawdry boil, defect, or cancer from their dense and abhorrently muscled bodies, are completely unhelpful. Their atavistic stubbornness is a great source of vexation for me. I will find this man, if he even exists. His very name causes men to bring all they have to bear to their defense. Such a terrifying warrior would make for a fine asset indeed. And there we have it, chat. That's it. That is every single last bit of intelligence, lore, operations, equipment, vehicles, and pilots purchased and read, insofar as they were interesting, because the operations, like, what the hell's the point of reading this? Screw that. Nobody needs to care or know. Either way, we are neatly approaching midnight. I say neatly, because I have half a temptation to call the stream right here. Much as I would like to play some more, I think it would be good for me if I went to bed a little bit earlier today, woke up a bit earlier, and not incur the wrath of my boss for coming into work 2 minutes late, as I did today. It's not so much that my boss cares about it, it's more that head office are going to be jackasses to him. And so as a result, I'm going to get a talking to on Thursday. But until then, my name has been Smastian. That was a completely unnecessary bit of trivia about my personal happenstance. And until we see each other once again on Solo Nobre, on a cyberpunk, mech-infested, aggrav-polluted, and tank-blighted battlefield, I hope you all have a fine day, because we are nearly done with our playthrough of Brigador, and it's 100% completion. All that is left for us are a couple of achievements. We still need to kill 10,000 civilians, cause $10 million worth of property damage, complete every campaign level with all loadouts, complete Knife Chase in less than 15 seconds, complete Joy Bus / Hell Ride without firing a shot, and complete the full linear Solo Nobre run in freelance mode. So until such a time, I bid you good night.